Hello everyone, this is Diane, and I know a lot of you have been waiting for the final flip through of the glue books and the Traveler's Notebook. So one of the glue books is for a giveaway, possibly. I mean, there will be a giveaway, but that's one of the choices for the winner. One of the glue books is for me because mine got filled up and I need a new one. And two were for friends, and they selected the ones they wanted. So these two are going in my shop. Put them where you can see them. There we go. The Little Reader's First Book and Let's Make Rabbits. I love this. I love them both, but I think this one was my favorite. So let's just do a flip through. They're very simple. It won't take long to go through them because the pages are not decorated. But I did show the covers on a previous video. I didn't bring anything to measure with, so I will have to put that in the listing, but it's a pretty good size book, and it's got a 2.5-inch spine, 3 signatures, and as you can see, there's lots of room for you to glue things in and let the book grow. If you don't know what to do with the glue book, I just put up a video, 2 videos, flipping through my giant glue book that I just finished. So if you wanted to look at that, you can see how I use my glue book. But of course, everybody uses their glue book in whichever way they want. There are no rules. So let's go through and see what we have. I Mod Podged pages from the book on the front and back covers of this book, and then I added this label that you can write your name on. There's big wide rickrack here. The covers of each signature in this book are made with stitched together paper, what some people call frankenpaper. I just stitched my leftover cut off papers that I've been hoarding. Not hoarding, they keep collecting. So I was using some up by stitching them together. Whoops, I'm sorry. So you'll get some of those pages. This is from a Spanish workbook for children. A piece of wallpaper border. You can actually do mixed media on this if you want to. A calendar page. This is from a little pamphlet put out by Usborne Books, advertising some of the books that they make for children. Scrapbook paper. Recipe book page. This is from a very large book, Norman Rockwell counting book. There's an envelope right there. I will put a card in there, probably a large index card that you can add more collage to. A book page. This is also from this book, and I took 2 book pages and just glued them together. I folded one to make a hinge and glued them together, so the other page is on the other side of this. Another book page. Here's the other side of the pages that I glued together. And the envelope, the Norman Rockwell book. I didn't use really pretty scrapbook paper because we're just going to collage over them and cover things up. But you can let a little of it peek through for some added texture if you want. And here's the other part of the stitched together paper. That's the first signature. Here's another signature with some stitched together paper. This one had a tag cut out of it, and I just left that little hole there, actually 2 tags. And you can see the papers behind it, which I thought was really cute. Wallpaper, a gardening book, scrapbook paper, an envelope, calendar page again, more scrapbook paper. Here is the set of book pages that I put together. Gardening book, the Spanish workbook, which is the center. Then we just have the back side of all of those pages that we just saw. And the third signature. This is from a magazine. This is a different calendar page. The envelope, wallpaper border, This is a planner tablet. Now, I'm sorry I only have 2 to put in the shop. Here's the back with the fairy slide poem. Next time I make some, they will all be for the shop. And I do have a lot more covers, so don't despair if you don't get one of these. I will be making more. This one is so cute. It's called Let's Make Rabbits, and it was a book about, it's by Leo Liani, and I've seen other books by him. I think, isn't The Rainbow Fish by him? Anyway, the illustrations are so cute, and it's about ways you can make a rabbit with crafting supplies. So this one looks like it's pieced together with patterned paper or fabric. So these little clusters of fabric kind of match this because the colors go with it, and also maybe it's the leftover scraps of paper from making fabric. There's some lace here. I love this fabric that I used on the spine, and here's the back. I had to cover up the bunny's face, but as one of the viewers pointed out, he's just hiding there. So again, it's 3 signatures with probably many similar papers. This one has a label and a collage here. I had to cover up where a name or something was blacked out with marker. This is the index page from a large atlas book, and it's a pale green color. I love that. I love that little close type, so you could let some of that show through your gluing, your collaging if you want. And there's some wallpaper. This is from a book of art magazine. Here's a page from this book. This is a planner page, envelope, scrapbook paper, another calendar page. This came from a composition book, scrapbook paper. This is from the book. These are some tools for making bunnies from the magazine. This is from that art book, but it happened to be blank, so you have a blank slate there. Second signature, sorry, I have styrofoam in there. When I pack these, I'm going to put styrofoam in there so to kind of protect the spine from getting crushed. And I forgot to take it out for the video. Okay, second signature has the cover of the Spanish book, workbook, composition book, envelope, a gardening book. This is a book about antiques, little catalog, just a little flap there. Scrapbook paper, wallpaper, a Spanish book. Here's a text page from a book on antique collectibles, I think, and it's a green color. It's a vintage book. History of the museum and its building. I don't remember what book that came from. But there's a Spanish page, the wallpaper, scrapbook paper, making rabbits. See, there's all the pieces. Envelope. And then the third signature again has a green page from the Atlas. Wallpaper. This is from the Norman Rockwell counting book. This is from a vintage 1980s Simplicity catalog, one of the great big ones that the crafts fabric stores have. Children's book, gardening book, scrapbook paper that I sprayed. This is from a teacher's version of a children's workbook, so it's got the answers in red. This is the cover from a children's book called On Market Street. And then the back side of all of those papers. These will be really fun to glue things to and make your own collages. On the back here I had to cover up some more black marks. But this is the original end paper for the book. I just thought it was so pretty. So these two books will be in my shop. I think I will list them tomorrow, Sunday, April 1st, at, what's a good time? I'll do it before church, I think. But I'm on the East Coast, and people on the West Coast will probably still be in bed. So I'll do it after church. I'll do it at 4 p.m. Sunday, April 1st at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this book will also be listed at that time. This is just a little traveler's notebook insert journal. It's not very thick. I think I only used 11 pages in it. So, but it's so pretty. The kit is from Ephemera's Garden, Whimsy and Botany. And I see she has a part 2 of that kit now, but I didn't really look at it because I've had this for a long time and I haven't used it yet, but now I have. So here is the cover page that she provides. Isn't it pretty? So it's a Jane Austen period figure here with some butterfly wings behind her. So it's like she's a little butterfly fairy. And some the colors in this are just beautiful. Debbie Ann does such good collage work in her digital kits. I tied it with a burgundy seam binding. It's got some lace on the front and back covers. I used a piece of cardstock, patterned cardstock for the cover, and it's white on one side, so I turned the printed side to the inside of the book and just kind of did a little bit of inking around the edges so you can't really see the white. You don't even notice it. And so this is the patterned cardstock. This is also patterned cardstock that I turned into a pocket, and I added this ephemera piece from this kit. There's a piece of lace and a piece of green leaf ribbon. And then on the tag, it's an alterations tag, I added a little piece of fabric, some vintage lace here, and another element from the kit inked around the tag. And I just love the way this looks right here. This is a page from the kit. All the printed pages are from the kit. And I attached this little merchandise tag, which is from A Tattered Dream on Etsy. And then I just punched a little hole in this printable stamp and added it with a green brad and paper clipped it on there. This is a music page from a Stephen Foster music book. And I ruffled a piece of fabric there and just sewed it on the end and put down a piece of guest check and one of the butterfly images from the kit. Green ledger paper. Some of the pages from the kit have lines for journaling. I did stenciling on the white sides and then inked around the edges too. I love the nice soft look that those makeup brushes, the blending brushes, give with stenciling ink. It's Distress ink. This is a 6x6 paper. I don't remember the name of the paper pad. And some more stenciling, some children's handwriting paper. A fabric collage. This is one of my very, very favorite pieces of fabric right here. And I think someone sent that to me. I don't have a very big piece and I use it sparingly. I love this fabric. This is vintage fabric back here. And then a little piece of lace. This is vintage from the Lehigh Valley Railroad Company here in Sayre, Pennsylvania. It's from a big notebook that I had purchased quite a few years ago. There's some more stenciling. And then on this page, I did a belly band out of Ooh La La Crafts fabric strip, this wide fabric strip with the beautiful roses on it. And this is another one of her fabric strips, and she stamped vintage on muslin. Sorry. So I just took a little strip of that and zigzagged it onto this, which I then zigzagged to a piece of cardstock, so it's a nice sturdy belly band. This card, since the images in this kit are from the Jane Austen era, I used I printed this from the Simply Jane kit, which I forgot who it is. That Ivy Shutters? I can't remember. I made those journals so long ago, but I still have the kits, of course. So I printed that. And then this is something I found on Pinterest quite a while ago. So I printed her out, and you can journal on the back of her if you want to. This is one of the clusters that Christy made when she sent me my fabric strips. She puts them in a wax paper bag and staples on these beautiful clusters. So I've saved them, and this journal gets one. Here's the other side of that 6x6 paper. And then on this page, I took a pink merchandise tag, an image from, or an element from this kit, and made a little tuck spot. This is just a ticket printable that I have, and I don't remember where I got it from, but these two elements are from the kit, and I stitched them to coffee dyed paper. I just love this paper. There's so much to look at on this paper. Here I stapled a piece from the kit onto this music paper and taped down this piece that you can journal on. Took a paint chip that's shaped like a house, added a couple printable banners and a piece of vintage lace and a little, I don't even know where I got this, little perfume bottle. It was in my stash. I did paper clip it to the card so it doesn't slide out. There's some stenciling there. And then on the back there's a tuck spot with this beautiful patterned cardstock, an image from the kit, and a little printable stamp. And then another index or repair tag that I distressed and then added elements to. So there it is. All three of these journals will be listed in my shop on, like I said, on Sunday, April 1st, and it's not an April Fool's joke, at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for watching, and I will leave the links to my shop below. Bye-bye.